the PDF, download it now at www.nijayacademy.com. Click on Digital Products. Select the product you want to download. Click on Buy Now and complete the payment to get full access.
Hello, hi everybody. Welcome back to Nijay Academy. This is Abhijit here. So last week, as I told you, that we'll be having weekly sessions on ethics, right? So this week we'll be talking on morals. If you haven't gone through the last week's video, okay, you'll be getting an I button here. You can press on it and you can access that video. Now, moving ahead, right? So this week we'll be talking on morals. Okay. So what are morals basically? Okay, these are personal beliefs or principles which help us define what is right and what is wrong. Okay, so if you know what is ethics, okay, morals are a part of ethics. Try to understand this. Okay, you'll understand what I'm trying to say here. Ethics is for the society, morals are for an individual. Are you trying to understand this? Ethics are defined by the society, whereas morals are personal beliefs. That means it is for me to decide what is right and what is wrong. Okay. Now, who decides this? It is the inner conscience. Okay. It is your heart that decides it. Is it clear? So, these are morals. Okay. I hope this definition is very, very clear. Now, why moral matters? As we studied last week, why ethics matters. This week, we are going to get into why morals matter. Okay. So as you see here, there are a list of various examples. Okay. Now the thing is, you can use these examples here and in the ethics topic interchangeably. Okay. There is no such compulsion that you are supposed to use these examples in morals itself. No, there is no such compulsion. You can use the examples interchangeably for ethics and morals. Okay. So let us go through each one of them one by one. First, ethics acts as the foundation for your personal character. So the example is of T. Sridharan. Okay, the integrity of T. Sridharan was so high that he made sure that he provided the entire public project of Delhi Metro in proper time, upholding the transparency and accountability towards the public. Is it clear? So he is a person who is having very, very high integrity. Okay, a person of very high honesty, right? Openness, everything comes into play. Is it clear? So this example can be quoted there as well in the topics such as openness, integrity, honesty, etc. Is it clear? So I'm just trying to link the various topics of the syllabus with this particular example here. Okay. Next comes your ethics. Sorry, your morals promote social harmony. Okay. Simple example out there you might have seen in your day-to-day life. Okay. People celebrating Holi together. Okay. Peoples of various religions coming together. Christians, Muslims, Sikhs, Jews, Hindus, etc. coming together, celebrating Holi together, Diwali together. Okay, certain people in Maharashtra, okay, they feed iftar parties or they feed iftar food to Muslims of that particular region. Okay, where Hindus, Jews, Sikhs, and Muslims come together. Yes or no? Right. During the cricket games, right, where all the religions come together and support one country, that is India. Right. So ethics and your morals promote social harmony. Is it clear? Next is morals help us build trust in institutions. One such example is of an officer called as S.R. Sankaran. Okay, he is a person who is called as the people's bureaucrat. Why? Because he has worked relentlessly. That is very high amount of work he has done. Okay, in upholding tribal welfare. Okay, as well as in maintaining or in upholding land reforms. Okay, for those tribal people in Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Right. So this helps us build trust on certain chairs or on certain institutions, right? So that is one of the examples that has been mentioned there. Next is ethics or morals helps us in strengthening decision making. Okay. So as you see here, IAS officer Armstrong Pame. Okay, one of the most common examples quoted by the students out there. Okay, in the ethics paper, right? He built a 100-kilometer stretch road. Okay, using his own money as well as crowdfunding. By doing crowdfunding, right? So this upholds his moral responsibility towards the people he is serving, right? So these are some examples which can be quoted. Next is ethics helps us support long-term peace and trust. One of those very, very famous examples out there is of ADM Jabalpur case, okay, by Justice H.R. Khanna, right? So Justice H.R. Khanna is famous for upholding right to life even during emergency. Okay, even in his judgment, it is properly mentioned here. You can read it that this judgment upheld that right to life cannot be taken away even during emergency. Is it clear? So this helps us build trust over institutions such as judiciary, right? This helps us, this makes us trust judiciary more and more. So it supports long-term peace and trust. Okay. So your morals also helps us drive accountability in the absence of law. Consider there is complete lawlessness, there is complete chaos. Even under those times, okay, your conscience is going to make sure that you behave very, very ethically or you behave morally, right? For example, consider there is huge chaos. Everybody is stealing one or the other thing. But even under those circumstances, if you're cool, if you're calm, and if you're composed, and if you're making proper moral decisions, okay, then you're a moral person. So one of those examples is that auto drivers in Ahmedabad, okay, they voluntarily refused excess prices or excess fares during festivals. Okay, so this example should be taken over and can be copied over by some of the auto drivers in south of India. Okay, particularly in one of the IT hubs of South India. Okay, you know the city. I don't have to mention it. Next is your morals prevents abuse of power. Okay, so Vinod Rai, CAG, a very famous example out there. Okay, he brought out the coal scam. Okay, so this can be the 2G spectrum scam, not the coal scam. It was brought out by him, so you can mention it here. Right. Next is morals help us uphold justice in everyday life, in day-to-day life. Okay. So, for example, somebody might be facing some adversity, and you stand up for them. Right. You are upholding your moral standards. Right. So the same thing applies to here. The example which we have mentioned is of Bilkis Bano case. Okay. The NGOs, the civil society, the lawyers stood up for her even during her times of adversity. Right, where there was a lot of pressure from the political side, where there was a lot of pressure from the other sides as well. Right, even under those extreme circumstances, people stood by her, supported her, right, made sure she won the case. Right, so this upholds moral responsibility of people in day-to-day life. Right, so these were all the topics that we were supposed to discuss with respect to this particular subtopic. Right, now we are going into the difference. Okay, now we have understood what is morals and what is ethics. Right, so I told you that morals are personal in nature, ethics are societal in nature. That means they have a different stream altogether. Sorry, so they have different stream altogether. Right, now how are they two different from each other? Let us get into that. Now, by definition, these are a set of rules and regulations, okay, that help us define proper conduct, basically what is right and wrong. Similarly, these are set of what we can say beliefs, okay, which help us define right and wrong. Basically, both are helping us decide what is right and wrong. Okay, but look at the sources out there. Okay, ethics comes from the society, by laws, by professions, etc. Various other external sources. Whereas in the case of morals, if you see, most of them are innate sources. That means from your inner conscience, from your culture, maybe something which your mother has taught you. Okay, from your religion, maybe something which you have read and understood by your own self. Right. So your morals are innate, whereas your ethics is a little external in nature. Okay. So the the third subtopic is of, or the third topic here is of nature. So as you can see, your ethics are external, whereas your morals are internal, right? So next is flexibility. Okay, these can vary. That is particularly the ethics. Okay, these can vary between society to society. Okay, for example, in one society, consider the Hindu society itself. Marrying one woman is considered to be ethical. Marrying multiple women is considered to be unethical. If you go to a tribal society, they are polygynous, polyandrous societies where marrying multiple men and multiple women, okay, it is completely ethical. Is it clear? So, ethics can vary with society, but morals remain the same. Consider, I believe that drinking alcohol is immoral. Okay. No matter in which society I will reside, for me, in each and every society, it will be immoral. Is it clear? So, morals remain rigid. Okay. They are often based on personal thoughts and beliefs. Is it clear? Next comes to the application. The ethical sets or the ethics entirely. Okay, these are applicable to a group of people or society itself, whereas morals are applicable to an individual. Okay, they don't apply to a society. Okay, morals come together to make ethics. Try to understand this. Okay, next is the enforcement. As you know, for example, consider you're doing some unethical work. Society may impose laws on you. Society may impose punishment on you. Society may impose certain sanctions on you, social sanctions, right? Whereas in the case of your morals, there is self-restraint. Okay, for example, as I took the example of consuming alcohol, okay, there is self-restraint within me which will stop me from consuming alcohol. Okay, there is no external force which is stopping me. It is I myself who is stopping myself from consuming alcohol. Right now, I felt like Swami Nityananda. I myself talking to me. Right. Let's move ahead. Right. So this is one of the interesting questions out there. Okay. Every week I'll be coming out with an interesting question which you can write an answer on. Okay. Usually the questions coming in the ethics paper will be of 10 marker. That means you will be writing it for 2 pages. Okay. Particularly 150 words. So the question for this week is ethics and morals often align. Okay. But when they conflict, one's true character is revealed. Okay. Beautiful question. I hope you'll write it and upload it in the group. Okay. So for most of you, there is a channel and there is a separate group as well. Okay. Where your doubts and all will be resolved. Okay. So I believe most of you might be following my Telegram channel. If possible, try to join the group as well. Okay. Right. So coming to the current affairs examples for this week. Okay. So we are covering current affairs example from 23rd July, okay, to 31st July. Right. So first is this Singapore gift case. Okay. So there was a business tycoon. Okay. You can read the entire thing. So what he has done is he has uh, corrupted the entire system by bribing transport minister of that particular country. Right. For certain luxury, what we can say, contracts. Okay. So this shows your crony capitalism, the corporate state nexus. Okay. How corruption is ingrained within the government and the corporate system. Okay, for that this can be quoted. Next is the tennis match fixing scandal. Okay, so the International Tennis Authority, okay, particularly the ITIA, okay, it has banned a Thai player, okay, for certain corrupt practices in the game. Okay, here you can mention ethics in sports. Okay, next is the Minister of Federal Affairs in Nepal. He has resigned recently. Okay, because he was found accepting bribe. Okay, and because of which he has resigned from his post. So this shows corruption, bribery, and the integrity of the political heads of the various states. Okay, so this can be quoted there. Next is Air India safety lapses. Okay, so the DGCA conducted various surveys on certain aircrafts of Air India, and there were various violations that have been found. Okay, so this can be quoted in your institutional ethics. Okay, safety of the public, right? Duty of the institutions towards the public, and etc. Right. So all these can be quoted there. So if you see the entire framework this week, okay, I have divided it into 3 parts. That is issues, details, and relevance. Okay. First is the issue. Second is the details, so that you understand what is happening. Okay. Uh, the second part can be addressed very shortly in your answer. You don't have to write the entire thing in the answer. Okay. The examples can be made shorter, but you need to know the context here. That's why I have given you the details. Okay. And the relevance is where this example can be quoted. Okay, it doesn't mean that you should quote it in that particular topic itself. Okay, the examples can be modified such that they can be accommodated in other questions as well. Is it clear? So it all depends upon your innovation, right? I'm giving you food to eat. Okay, now what you can make out of that is all left to you. You can make gobi manchuri, you can make dosa, you can make idli, you can make whatever you want. Okay, all I know is to provide you the raw materials. Okay, right. Next is Kerala prison officials unauthorized TV interview. This is one of this is a very what we can say, a case which is making me laugh a lot. Okay, so a deputy prison officer, okay, he came on live TV and said that he is willing to execute the convict. Okay, a person has ran away, so he is telling that he is willing to execute the convict. Okay, this bypasses the official media clearance of that particular person, and he is also violating the service code conduct rules. Okay, so where all this can be quoted, basically in misuse of authority, breach of confidentiality, trust, etc., and accountability of various institutions. Okay, next is the suppression of your Reuters account on X, particularly also known as Twitter. Okay, so the government of India, what it did recently is that it banned the Reuters account on X. Okay, now this raises question on press freedom and all, so it can be mentioned in press censorship. Next, there is a person called as Mani Maran. Okay, he is a local activist. Now, what is he doing is that he is conducting evening classes in his own house veranda, upholding his moral principles, okay, towards the society, right? He is making sure that the people in his particular area are well read, right? So, dedication to service, right? Moral leadership, everything, right? This example can be quoted in those subtopics. Next, there is a person called as, particularly an adolescent called as Zara Bharadwaj. Okay. Now, what has happened is that this person has showcased a movie called as Humanity or Hate with respect to the Delhi riots of 2020. Right. So, trying to show empathy, right, uphold justice for those people, right? And this person also runs weekly, what we can say, workshop promoting unity for the youth. Okay. So where all this can be quoted, it can be quoted in solidarity, empathy, moral courage, right, non-violence, etc. So these were all the topics that we were supposed to discuss this week, right? If you want me to discuss any particular topic, you can comment it in the comment box below, right? I will take up those for sure, but in a chronological way, right? Let's not get into theories directly. Let's understand ethics from the basics. Okay. All my idea here is that main idea behind this particular series is that ethics should be made very, very easy. Why? Because the books out there and the sources which are providing you ethics with respect to this examination, they are a little bulky. Okay. They are not giving you to the point material. So my idea is giving you material to the point. What is required for the examination? That's it. Right. So I hope you like this entire video. So please do like, share, and subscribe this video. Right. So it will help me a lot. Till next time, take care.